There's a stock out there that I've been watching very closely, and when it dipped off of the tariff weakness back in April, I could kick myself because I didn't buy it. However, I am sticking to my thesis that this is a $1,000 stock, and there could be an opportunity coming soon here in the recent weeks, and it might be here right now. And I'm going to talk about that in today's video as we take a look at Meta, this ticker analysis, all in today's video. Let's go.
Tick by tick, the rhythm's wild.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy Ritz here. Courage pays better than fear trading. And today we are taking a look at Meta, ticker symbol META. And the reason why we're looking at it is because this stock is really at an area where potentially we can see a bounce. And Meta is a company that I've been quite bullish on for some time. When I did my market preview for 2025, I am on record saying that this thing has the potential to hit $1,000 in terms of its price. It hasn't done that yet. And it's been that one stock that I could kick myself dead in the teeth for not buying when we got down here on those. And it's one stock that I could kick myself dead in the teeth for not buying down here off of that tariff weakness when it got down to $480. What a value. And you could see that double bottom it put in, but I was on the sidelines. I didn't go in, and I could kick myself for that. However, if we take a look at where we are now, you could see that there is an opportunity here on Meta. And why is that? Because we are right at that 100-day simple moving average, which typically acts as a strong support, a bouncing area for Meta, where in the past, and I'll show you, it has got a bounce, a push higher. And so I'm watching it from here to see if we do get that move. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. We do have a gap to fill down here from when it popped up on its last earnings. It's 708.56. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on that because we can come a little bit lower. Because typically when stocks come down and test these significant price points, the moving averages, the 100 and 200, they don't stop perfectly there to a T. Sometimes they'll show a little bit more weakness and drop down. So we could see that here on Meta, but it is in a good spot. You could see that there is a thick volume node there on the VRVP where this thing can really get going. And I also wanted to show you what has this thing done typically in the past when it was hit, and I also wanted to show you what has Meta done in the past when it has hit the 100. We've got to go back before the tariff weakness that came in, but let's just go back here to April of 2024, and you could see this big gap down off of earnings. Where did it find support? Right there at the 100. Pushed higher, rejected off that 50, came back down and tested that 100 again, and then started a climb back up. And then you can see here it dropped down, and notice it did find some support there initially at the 100, but pierced through. And that's why I say that those moving averages will act as support, but sometimes they could flush down through that. And this almost came down to the 200 before pushing back up, and then it pulled back down. Where did it find support? Right there at the 100 before it started its move higher, right? So we have seen in the past where the 100 has served as a decent support here for Meta. Now, the one time here in recent history where that 100 did not hold up, you could see that there was an initial bounce here on March 7th, but this was all the tariff weakness. There was so much uncertainty in the markets. Nothing really bounced here. It was all straight down. But precedent history has shown us that the 100 is a nice area for a bounce on Meta. So what potentially can we see here in the coming weeks? Like I said, sometimes it doesn't bounce exactly to the price at that 100. So we could see it come down, show a little bit more weakness. And I would like to see it fill that gap from earnings first before we see it run. And if it does come a little bit lower, consolidates in this price area, then potentially we could see a big push higher. And when Meta gets going, it can go. And that's why I think that $1,000 price target is definitely on the table for this stock. So there's my analysis, my take on Meta, ticker symbol META. Let me know your thoughts. Does it hit $1,000 by December 31st? I think there's a very strong chance if we get that consolidation down there at the 100, or even if we come a little bit lower, I will definitely be looking at an opportunity to take this higher. I appreciate you joining me for this video. Make it a great day.